Welcome back to the Poke Chalet. Today, let's go over the results of my informal poll all about Pokemon investing. The question is, are you a Pokemon investor? Now, the question was posed to you in my last video, and you were supposed to hit the dislike button if you were a Pokemon investor. You were supposed to hit the like button if you were not a Pokemon investor, if you don't consider yourself a Pokemon investor. Now, the results are in. 173 views. I was hoping for 200. Not that popular. What happened is we got 15 likes, which means I guess 60% of you are not Pokemon investors. And I assume we got 10 dislikes, so that means about 40% of people are actually Pokemon investors or consider themselves Pokemon investors. So that's a really interesting statistic because Pokemon investing, it has a really bad edge to it right now. People look at it as like the bad thing, and I think most people probably see themselves as collector investors. I like the product, I like the cards, I save some, I plan to sell it sometime in the future. A lot of people are like that, and I assume that's the people who consider themselves Pokemon investors. In my experience, the buyers, the people who buy sealed product in my so let's say we did 2,000 orders this year at the Poke Chalet. I would say only maybe 1% of those orders, 2% of those orders were people who were keeping it sealed. People who were, what's the word, taking the gamble on prices going up, which prices have gone up. To our dismay, they've gone up. Now, Pokemon investing, I'm an investor too, if that's the category we kind of put on it, but what seems to me is that there's this weird anti-investor, there's definitely anti-money sentiment in the hobby, which is understandable. Us vendors, us people who sell Pokemon, we're just catering to capitalistic tendencies. Oh, the disgusting capitalistic tendencies, consumerism. We're catering to it. So with that, sometimes I have that feeling like I'm a bad guy. I'm taking people's money that could be put in a RSP or put in a 401k or put in a savings account or buy something that has strong utility. Sometimes I feel bad because I know that I am cycling through and sort of scraping up a small amount of margin to sell Pokemon, to engage in the capitalistic or the consumeristic cycle. Whereas if I wasn't doing it, I'm sure some other joker would go ahead and do it. Now, I get a lot of internal conflict, because sometimes I think to myself, you're doing the wrong thing, right? You're selling Pokemon cards. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is a consumerist type activity. Maybe you are a bad guy, and you're screwing the real collectors, the people who don't care about the monetary costs. And I keep coming back to this. People who hate the monetary side of things are gatekeeping. I don't know if it doesn't make not that it doesn't make sense. It kind of it's kind of like they're taking in a very easy stance to take. The reason that Pokemon collecting trading exists is because of the trading aspect. And it just so happens that money, is the trading side of things. The concept is you're going to trade. Did Pokemon, when they invented the Pokemon trading card game, did they expect everyone to do one-to-one trades of value? Did they expect everyone to have perfect trades and no one to be benefiting off of the concept of a beneficial trade? I wonder that, and I'm pretty sure they're capitalizing and enjoying the consumerist side of things as well. But Pokemon investing, I think, is very unique, and I think its low cost of entry is what is so appealing to people, and it's something that's tangible and understandable. People know that this is an entertainment entity. It's an entertainment unit of entertainment. And people don't talk about it like that, but they know it, right? They think, okay, I'm going to have some cards, I'm going to have a binder if ever I need to. And I saw some guy really really putting the screws to the concept of vendors, and everyone's a vendor and everyone's selling Pokemon. But in the back of his mind, I don't even know if the mic was working the whole time. Hopefully it was. In the back of his mind, he was thinking to himself, I can sell this Charizard. I loved Pokemon 151. You could tell when they talk about Pokemon 151, they're pretty new to the hobby. I love Pokemon 151 Charizard. I just hate the scalpers who don't allow any product around. It's an easy stance to take that money shouldn't be in the hobby, but I think money is something that really drives the depth and breadth of the hobby. There's a lot of people who will put time, will put effort, will put thought, will put analysis, will put care, will put, a whole lot of effort into finding, sourcing, imaging, selling cards in such a way that you can really, the effort, the time that's going into it, the money that people get out of it is a big part in why they continue to put so much time into this hobby. And I think people don't realize that when they talk about Pokemon investing, it's not always, I'm buying a sealed product, I'm selling it later. Pokemon investing is also the knowledgeable selection of a card that you want to put aside, or two cards, or that you want to keep a duplicate for a little bit longer. It's picking the card that ooh, that's really nice, picking it out and saying, I want one of those for my collection. That's, and I think people might agree, that is Pokemon investing, right? That's making these decisions around what's cool, what's neat, what's good to go. I mean, if you think of it, there's let's take this card right here, Flying Pikachu from, I was going to call it Elevations, but it's Evolutions. And Flying Pikachu, this is a really cool card. Now, it's a rare, non-holo rare. People are going to really people love this card. People want one of these Flying Pikachus in their binder. Of course, in Celebrations, they did the Flying Pikachu VMAX, the Flying Pikachu V, but it's the Flying Pikachu, right? From Evolutions, and I think there's even Flying Pikachus earlier. I don't have one. I've never had one in the shop here, but this care, the fact that someone took, these rares, which most of you guys, you dump your bulk. You throw your bulk in the bin. I see you. Most of you guys who do that, at some point in the future, these really interesting things will pop out of cool cards. Let me grab a card. No, it's not a good one. It's too new. It's mostly new stuff. All right, here's another card. Non-holo rare. The Charizard with Leon on it. Now this is from M24. This is from McDonald's, I think. M24 yen. Definitely McDonald's. I thought this was the one from the deck, so I was wrong. Beartic. Very cool reverse holo. That is an awesome Beartic, by the way. Like, most of the Beartics look kind of lame. He's evil. He's dangerous, right? That guy's going to get you. So, the fact is that there's a lot of cards out there. A lot of people put time into cards. And you got to admit that that's investing too. That's Pokemon investing. Now, is it smart to put all your money investing? People will say no. But as an alternate investment, as something that you get enjoyment of, that you can sort of cycle and put your own time and effort into it. Sure, most of the Pokemon investors say set it and forget it. Most of us can't. Like, we don't have like expendable money like that. Me, I can't spend house money on Pokemon. So I knew this when I started collecting with my son. You can't spend house money on it. Like, my wife, very much, we had a very strong budget, very smart, very firm, very correct budget for how to get things done. She's amazing in terms of that thing, but there was no room for, there was no room for me to have this, a bunch of these, if I'm just taking house money. So I had to figure out, how do I enjoy this product with my son? These type of products. This wasn't even out yet, guys. Come on. How do I enjoy this product with my son without impacting the house money, the money that we care for, the money that we're cautious with, the money that makes sure that we have a good home, place, warmth, uh, a reliable car. How do we not impact house money? And the flipping side, the investing side, the taking a little bit and churning and churning and churning, that's the only thing that allowed me to enjoy the hobby, allow me to have this side entertainment business, right? Entertainment, I'm a great entertainer. I not. So it allowed me to have these things, allowed me to say every once in a while I get to buy myself something for the business, like a tripod. So it's not a huge benefit to the business, but and this is quite old. But at one point, I bought this for the business because I needed to take pictures of cards. I needed to show card condition. It was a business expense. The darn thing broke and I need a new one. But that's what this Pokemon investing, like the flipping side, the involvement, the pouring of time that people do into this hobby, is not just about money. Money is the thing that makes it churn, makes it happen. But a lot of people are doing it because they like to do it, they want to do it, and the money side is the only thing that allows them to do it. You cannot buy these things. You can't have cards. I mean, yes, I'm selling them all the time, but I'm also loving every time I get a stack of cards in. Like, I wouldn't be able to have stacks of cards coming in if I was spending house money. Neither should you. That's why, when we talk about Pokemon investing, you have to think making smart card purchases, thinking about moves that down the line will make some progress in your fun money. If you bought that Evolving Skies because you liked it and you kept it sealed and now it's time to sell it, that was a smart Pokemon investing move. And it's so stupid and simple. A lot of the stupid YouTubers, like the new guys, I've been in it for 5 years, and they think they're experts. They think they're long-term guys. I've been in it for 5 years, and they just don't realize that it's the time that people put into all these things that makes it matter, makes it important, makes it happen. You wouldn't have the chance to have these Flying Pikachu cards in your binder if it wasn't for someone wanting to make some money, wanting to have non-house money go towards their own enjoyment, right? Don't spend house money. It's a very important thing. This is fun money. This is the leisure money. This is not pay for your car money. But, I mean, some people have made it that way. They're able to full-time business it, and they're able to do that. And some people are scalpers. Some people say, I'm going to make an extra $100 so I can go party, drink on Friday night. Some people do that, and they use Pokemon flipping as a means for their extra cash flow. But they're still putting time into the hobby. Not in a good way, like clearing out a shelf and selling on Facebook Marketplace is kind of lame. When I first had to use Facebook Marketplace, I was so disgusted with myself. And right now I don't use it because there's this, I only use it when it's the low times. I'm trying to find, like, when I have product that I can't get rid of. But right now, after we've been around for so long, we have the connections. We know where people are who are looking for Pokemon. But Facebook Marketplace is like, it's a sickening marketplace to be on. And luckily we've been avoiding it. Even like some of the even some guys who are like really vendor making money, even they avoid Marketplace if they have to, right? And I'm not talking buying, I'm talking about selling. Like, they'll purposefully avoid selling on Marketplace because it is so full of hard luck people, and not the kind of people, not the kind of collector, not the kind of community people you're really looking for. And if you're going to Facebook Marketplace to buy product, I mean, you might get some product, you might find the scalper who's flipping for a decent price, but I hope following that path leads you to find other people in the market. And back to Pokemon investing. So I have some news, and now that it's the end of the video and everybody's gone, we are going to go vend a show. Now, I have a ton of singles, which are, I know they look chaotic, but they're well organized for me. I'm the only one in the world who knows how this organizational process works. And we're going to go vend a show. And how do I vend a show if I'm not going to bring my singles and have a bunch of grubby fingers sorting through my top loaders? Well, the solution I have is I'm just going to sell sealed. I'm going to go to a show. I'm not going to sell singles. I'm going to sell sealed. And I have a small amount of slabs that I have. I'm going to sell slabs. So slabs and sealed. And we're going to see how it goes. It's the Maritime Collectibles Convention in New Brunswick. The reason I don't vend locally is because I supply most of the local vendors and I don't want to compete with them. If they're there doing the hard work every single week or every single once a month, I don't want to come in there and be their competitor. So I will go to somewhere else and vend. Screw all those guys in Brunswick. I'll go out there and I'll vend. But we're going to try to do something with our pricing model. And I may do a video on this later. I'm thinking about it. The basic concept is I don't want someone to come in and buy me out. Buy me out sounds good from vendor, but I'm not really in it for all the money. I'm in it for enough to make my next acquisition myself. So I'm going to look at tiered pricing, which means if you are, let's say you're under 12 and you come in and you want to buy 2 packs, I might give the packs for like $6. And that's less than my cost, by the way. So I'll give the packs for $6. You're an old guy, you want 2 packs, I might give them for $8, which is basically flat. You want 20 packs? You want 30 packs? I just charge market. So I don't know if that'll work. Can you do that? Can you say, oh, you've bought 2 at this price. Now that you've bought 2, the next 2 are more. Would it reduce people from like buying a ridiculous amount of packs if they were at a good price? It would give people a chance to buy some packs, but not all the packs. Would it prevent being bought out from another vendor if there's a scale? If you're buying a small amount of packs and you don't want someone, you just want them to rip them. You don't want them to go reselling. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. A scaled approach to selling packs. So you buy a small amount, it's a decent price. You buy a medium amount, it's an okay price. And if you're trying to buy me out so that you can go resell, you're priced out. So I'm trying to think of something like that will happen. I don't even think people are interested in sealed. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. Bringing packs, bringing collection boxes. I think I have a deal with another store that needs some more black and white that we're going to supply that other store with some more black and white packs, which is something Poke Chalet does. We do supply other stores with Pokemon sealed product. And I'm quite confident that other stores do buy singles from us every once in a while. Sometimes I'll get a 200 card singles and a lot of them will be playables. And I know it's not a single player. It has to be like... and it's going to like a store's address in a mall. So understood. It's perfectly fine. Stores buy from other stores. It's fine. So we're going to vend. And I'm going to try to shoot some video. I'm going to try to make like something interesting for you guys to watch based on us, bunch of basement dweller Poke Chalet folks vending. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you're a Pokemon investor, you belong. Like this is our hobby. If you're just a collector, I hope you see that these Pokemon investors who are, 40% of the people watching this video, I hope you see that they're contributing. Now, the Walmart scumbags who clear off the shelf, screw them. Suck a relicanth, so to speak. You know what I mean? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time.